in hand. We got bigger fish to fry. Bigger fish? He must have been talking about Good Friday with the Lyles, about bigger fish, blood. You know them way there, fam. Where's the bigger fish now, Robbie? You share size Malteser, you mighty morphin milk, dad, blood. Where is it, fam? Turkish. Talking about MSN, fam. Martinelli. Saka. Nketiah, bro. Get me, fam. Them man know about balloons and Dior's, blood. They ain't got one Ballon d'Or between them. What's he talking about? Me and Turkish got the same weed, man, fam. I can't see him again. I ain't smoking that shit. No, I can't go back to Stone Island after hearing that. MSN, 2-0 up against Liverpool. Blew it, fam. 2-0 up against West Ham. Blew it.
Expressions here on Smoke. Hit the like, hit the share button. Go and subscribe to his channel as well, people. Big up my guy, ripping into the Gunners here.
If these man blow the Premier League, bro, they might land a candle sponsor next season. When the smoke is clear like Ghostface and the Delphonics, blood. Do you know them way there? What are you man actually saying now? West Ham, bro, them man be looking like South Ham the way they're going down, but they turn.
You know, Spurs just like, this is it. This is Spurs' season, seeing Arsenal foul. Look at the excitement. I've never seen him celebrate a Tottenham win this much.
Into best ham. See Zinchenko crying. Like Zinchenko cry, blood. That's the one the league. Apparently Tottenham bottled it, yeah? We were never first. Arsenal were first, but Tottenham bottled it. That's Spursy. These man have been top for this league for the whole...
He's in pain. He's in pain.
Damn thing, blood. Missionary FC. So what, if you man bottle this, what's that, RC? Is that RC, mate? You know them way there, fam. Is that why Kim Kardashian was there? Because you're RC. As for Terry Flowers, bro...
What? Me?
You think I didn't see you? Expressions would wear an Arsenal onesie to sleep with his missus, blood. Oh, I seen your missus, blood. I ain't sleeping with her. We'll be up all night like Drake and Nicki Minaj, fam. You know them way. What are you talking about? If Arsenal don't win the league, you'll probably be on the sofa. Know what I mean? They're like, what are you talking about, Flowers? Yo, allow it, fam. You'll be WrestleMania.
X. Listen, bro, on a real one. You could wear the Arsenal PJs. You could praise Arsenal. You could suck on the lollipop. You can boast about being half Superman, half man, half amazing. You can do all that. But if you move to my missus, bruv, it's going to be peak for you. It's going to be like Harry Kane in a cup final. You ain't scoring shit.
Blah, 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 blah.
Bruv, you'll be like Jim and his sock. Now, listen, I want to speak a bit more about Tottenham, right? Because Daniel Levy's been on a madness today. And all year I've been talking about Spurs breaking Tottenham. Sorry, Arsenal breaking Tottenham. Is that true? He come out today and said this. Like, I'm quoting my man here. Legitimately, this is what he said. Am I happy that we haven't won more than one trophy in 15 years? Absolutely not. But I think we've had some fantastic times. He goes on to state that despite the fact I feel sick, there's a club in North London that are a bit higher than us at the time. If I look back in the last 5 years, we've been higher than them. We've had some fantastic times. What is this man on? Why is he talking about Arsenal? And how are you celebrating failure? Failing to win cup finals, failing to win Champions League finals, failing to make the Champions League. But we had some good times. Listen, you had some good matches, and you celebrated them in the moment. But legitimately, Spurs have had a 5-6 year period, the best in their Premier League history, and Arsenal still achieved more and they won more. And your boss is out here legitimately 110% talking about Arsenal and trying to equate being in a title race, maybe winning the league, to what? Bottling a Champions League final and never really being in a title race? Come on, my friend. Come on.
Let's go! Come on!
McQuish here talking about Arsenal. Take a little listen to this.
Some now, they have got a serious chance, right, of Manchester City, right, of getting that treble. They really have. However, the question is, who's got a better chance of stopping them? In my opinion,
Madrid.
Real Madrid, without doubt.
Yeah.
On current
City do have a genuine chance of this treble. And I think it's something that needs to be discussed more. You know, they were brilliant again last night against Bayern Munich. Yes, Bayern Munich had a few chances, but they're going to create that because they're a brilliant team. But a 4-0 win over 2 legs is a statement. They're better this year than last year, and they have Haaland. This treble is well and truly on. One of the most well-oiled machines. Same manager for a number of years. Consistency, money, infrastructure, world-class players. Of course it's on. Any Man City fan playing it down needs to be put on smoke.
For him. And I've got to say, in Arsenal's defence, you know, in normal circumstances, a draw at Anfield and you know, a draw against West Ham fighting for their lives isn't a disaster. But the fact that we're 2-0 up in both games, that's the thing that doesn't look so good at all, you know.
Ali McQuest is right. For me, it's the order in which, if they were 1-0, 2-0 down and came back, it'd be 2 points gained. When you're leading and dominating the game, it is certainly 4 points dropped. And I think most Gooners are under that understanding.
But can we, are we out of order saying they bottled it?
Oh, yeah, out of order, I think. Absolutely out of order. They really have. However, both games, that's the thing that doesn't look so good at all, you know.
But can we, are we out of order saying they bottled it?
Oh, yeah, out of order, I think. Absolutely out of order. I mean, how can you say you bottled at Anfield? I know you're 2-0. You've gone there and you're 2-0 up. You're playing really well.
Liverpool were pants first half, weren't they? And certainly, I don't know what Klopp said half time, but they came out a different side.
Liverpool have got that in them. Do you know what I mean? They've got that in them. And man, West Ham's fighting for their lives. Listen, I'm not at the school they bottled it. That's not a nonsense. Other teams come back and played well. Arsenal have done fantastically well so far, but you've got to say, we've been sitting there for a long while now, weeks and weeks, and you and I have spoken about it on numerous occasions, Alan, saying, you know something, Man City, they've not clicked yet. Well, it looks as though now they're just going into top gear.
And I get what he's saying there. Arsenal play tomorrow night against Southampton. They've got to respond with a win. I understand people calling it a bottle job. I also understand some Arsenal fans defending it and saying, you know, we're still 4 points clear. We might still win the league. And City is seen as the favourites, so we can't be bottling it. And I suppose it just comes down to how disingenuous you're trying to be or how honest you are as an individual. For me, being 8 points clear, having been the best team in the league this season, the way, look, if they are leading 2-0 against Southampton tomorrow night and then they throw it away, to drop 6 points, and this is hypothetical, in 3 games in that way, I think is choking. I really do. But at the same time, I think people are over-egging and trying to turn Arsenal's season into a terrible one. And again, I think that's too much because I don't think this Arsenal team is going anywhere. I think this Arsenal team is here to stay for a number of years now, challenging. So Arsenal fans are just going to have to learn to take their medicine and back their team. If you're confident in your team, the banter shouldn't get to you too much. You don't want to become like Spurs where you're out here talking about, oh, we had great times and we were ahead of you for a few years. You want to be a bit bigger and stronger than that and say, well, we're challenging next year. What are you, man, doing? Like, learn to ride with it. But Alan McQuest made some great points here. I want your views and opinions on what he said. Now, I want to take a little listen to this. I haven't listened to the whole thing yet. I've seen the headlines on it. I know some of you get triggered by thinking, oh, Terry does watch the videos before he reacts to them. Sometimes I do, sometimes I don't. Let's take a little listen to this here. I want to ask you a question first. Do you support other English teams in the Champions League and Europa League? Take a little listen to this.
I said to you before, it was just before the Euros, but if England didn't win the Euros, I'd want Scotland to win it.
Colin, I don't think you're real.
My cough still ain't gone, and I laugh and it hurts, but I don't think you're real. What is this?
What do you mean?
I don't think you're real.
Well, his team's out of it.
No, but I don't think this is real.
Why? It's real. It's definitely real.
What? Why do you want them?
No, you see, you said this last time.
I know.
Okay? Do you remember, right? And then I remember it went quite viral on Twitter because you said that there's nobody else who would agree with me. I think 99% of the people agreed with me, and I think
that's absolute BS.
Close friend.
Listen, Let's go to what he's going to say and then come back.
As I'm sorry, you've made that stat. No, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. No, Colin, you can't. No, you can't come on here making up stats to suit your argument. There's not 99% of people. That's absolute rubbish.
Well, it's probably slightly more than that, but I'll give you a couple.
I'm going
to be slightly more. That mean everyone.
More. That's 100% then.
Well, you can have 99.5 actually, Jason. Again, no.
Again, you're making these. Colin, I'm sorry. You are an idiot. You are, Colin. You're an idiot.
You said that, and again, everyone said, "Well, we know who."
No, everyone didn't say that. No, everyone didn't. Stop leading other people. Put your own argument forward. I'm sorry for you to want other countries and other teams to win a tournament that Chelsea are in is absolute buffoonery.
So I want to ask you that question. How many of you that don't support Man United want us to beat Sevilla tonight, and why? How many people that don't support Man City want them to beat Real Madrid, and why? I'm someone I don't like toxic, aggressive, vile behavior from fans. But there has to be rivalry. And I've never wanted another English team to do well in Europe unless there is an upside for my club, unless it stops a record or an achievement from a different team that would surpass my club. I won't ever support an English team to do. I'll be back in Real Madrid against City, and I'll be back in one of the Inter team, the Milan teams against City in the final. The same as I'll be back in Sheffield United in the semi-final against City, and if Brighton beat Man United, I'll be back in Brighton in the final. But I want to get your take on that. Where do you stand on it? My dad always used to say to me, support the English teams, but he was a Spurs fan, or is a Spurs fan, and I think that's the only way he could get some success and see a trophy be listed, was to almost like try and get adopted by a fan base for a particular game. I don't want to do that, and I won't do that. Like, Dad, that's weak. That's all I'm going to say, Dad. It's a bit weak there, man. Do you know what I'm saying? Sorry, mate, but it's the truth. Like, I want your views and I want your opinions. Hit the like and the share buttons. Remember the top story today, Levy crying about Arsenal. I told you they broke him. All that and much, much more. Later on today, more transfer news and, of course, match reaction to Man United and Sevilla. Take care. Goodbye. God bless. And I'll see you all again.